What is going on, guys? Bruin Steel here. Welcome back to another Pittsburgh Steelers post-game video. And Week 13, we finally faced the Cincinnati Bengals, our first meeting of the season against the Cincinnati Bengals. And we win big in Cincinnati, 44-38. I'm mind blown, man. Holy shit. But before we start, just want to wish you guys, I want to wish you guys happy December. I have the outfit for the code. It's like below 20 right now. It's so cold out. But I hope you guys enjoy your December, and Christmas is just around the corner. But anyways, talking about this game, I don't know where to start. The Pittsburgh Steelers win a shootout 44-38, and we improved to 9-3, and that just claims Mike Tomlin's non-losing season. Like, he has never had a losing season, and people are talking about that, and it's like, that doesn't fucking matter. All I care about is the playoffs, man. It's like, I mean, that's why we still have this bum as a head coach, because he never had a losing season. I mean, what's your record in the playoff, boy? What is your record in the playoffs, man? Like, the playoff is what matters, and you've been a disappointment of a head coach in the playoffs the last, years? Like, our last playoff one didn't actually came to against the Bengals. I think it was like 2016 or whatever. That was our last playoff game. Mike Tomlin, you're pathetic, man. I told you all I am done with him. I don't want anything to do with him. So let's get to this video. Talking about this game, man. I'm shocked. I'm like literally like, this is our first game that we have scored 44 points. Like, 44 points. We rarely do that. This is the first time since, I believe, 2018 that we have scored this many points. Russell Wilson cooked in this game with 414 yards of passing, man. That is insane. But, talking about this game, I just want to give you guys a rundown about the offense, this back and forth game. It was awesome, man. So, talking about this game, man, first quarter, obviously the Bengals had the ball. We stopped them 3 and out. When we got the ball, right off the back, it was just horrible. It was horrible. Look, I don't blame Russell Wilson for it. I don't blame Russell Wilson for it. Russell Wilson was trying to. It was on 3rd and 3. Russell Wilson was trying to find George Pickens, but then it was intercepted by C. Taylor Britt at the Cincinnati 49, and it's a pick six, man. And I'm like, oh boy. Russell Wilson throws a pick six. It was intended for George Pickens, but then who was that guy that pushed? Someone pushed George Pickens to the floor. I can't remember who it was. I don't remember. Was it C. Taylor Britt? I don't even know. But C. Taylor Britt catches it, 6th pick. Bengals are up 7-0. But the next Steelers drive. Look, this just shows you how bad the defense was the first couple of quarters of this game. So the next possession was the Steelers. Look, Najee Harris played great. It went back and forth. Najee Harris making plays, man. I loved Najee Harris in this game. We came up with a drive. We answered back. Najee Harris, and then George Pickens finally getting a really good touchdown. Russell Wilson kind of threw it to his left to George Pickens. George Pickens for 17 yards, touchdown. And I'm like, okay, the Steelers got something back. It's 7-7. We just tied the game. 7-7. 17-yard pass from Russell Wilson to George Pickens for the touchdown. Chris Boswell field goal is good. We're tied at 7. Next play. This just shows you how bad the defense is. The Cincinnati Bengals. They just went down the field. I mean, it was just nerve-wracking. It was hard to watch. Obviously the Bengals. Joe Burrow. He's got many targets like T. Higgins. He had a great plays. Look, props to Joe Burrow. He was making plays out there. But this drive, man, the defense couldn't do anything. It just went back and forth. It was crazy, man. It just like it wasn't. it just the defense couldn't keep up, man. Like this wasn't just the Steelers; it was just the Bengals too. But Chase Brown, man, was I think it was a 41-yard run, and then thankfully he was only at the 1 yard line, and they got the touchdown anyway. So Pittsburgh's, I mean the Bengals went up 14-7. So talking about the next drive, it was just it was ugly. I mean, it was just absolutely the defense, man. Like I said, the both teams' defense, you know, didn't really play well. Chase Brown got that touchdown, leading the it was so Bengals were up 14-0, and then the next drive, like I said, this was a blowout. This was just a shootout in Cincinnati. I love what Carolo Patterson is doing. I mean, he was making plays too. You know, there were penalties. You know, George Pickens, man, with a taunting penalty, 15 yards. I mean, it just don't get me started with Joey Porter Jr. Man, that guy just it was a mess out there. You know, but it went back and forth, you know. It just that's just that. And then, you know, Patterson, man, I love what Patterson. They were giving the ball to Patterson. You know, if you guys don't know, Russell Wilson was targeting 10 different receivers in this game. That just should show you how, you know, this offense runs, and you know like how good this offense was, you know. And you know, Patterson, they were just giving to Patterson nonstop, and Russell Wilson finds a deep ball to Calvin Austin for 23 yards for the touchdown. What a beautiful pass from Russell Wilson to Calvin Austin. Like I said, to tie it at 14. You know, like I said, this game went back and forth, you know, obviously, and you know the defense struggled, but I'm gonna talk about the defense later on, the Steelers defense later on, but I'm just talking about what happened in the game. 14-14. Once again, the Steelers answered back with a Calvin Austin touchdown pass from Wilson, 23 yards. We're tied at 14. And this just, man, Cincinnati just answered right back. Like I said, you know, this is when Joey Porter Jr., defensive holding, man. How many defensive holdings are you going to get, buddy? I mean, like, holy shit, man. You know, Joey Porter Jr. He did not look good in this game. I mean, he went back and forth, you know. You know, Chase Brown was a target for Joe Burrow. You know, obviously Higgins. You know, Higgins was a target for Burrow too. So that's just that. You know, there was a penalty on Cincinnati in this drive. And then it just went back and forth. Joey Porter, once again, defensive pass interference. That was back-to-back. Back-to-back penalties on Joey Porter Jr. Like I said, Joey Porter Jr. was awful. I mean, and then Joey Porter passes short, middle. This was unbelievable. You know, Joe Burrow, you know, I thought we sacked Joe Burrow here. I mean, that's just that. I mean, I thought we sacked him, but he had a jump pass. It was a really good pass to Chase for 4 yards, touchdown, and just like that, the Bengals are up 21-14. I'm like, oh boy. But then the next drive, we just go back and forth again. It was just back and forth, man. You know, like I said, Patterson was used really well in this game. We rarely see Patterson. Last time I checked, he was obviously injured. You know, went back and forth. You know, Najee Harris, like I said, Najee Harris played well. I think he played well. Najee Harris, man, with the touchdown. You know, Najee Harris with a huge touchdown run, 10 yards. I wouldn't say it was huge, but it was big. Najee Harris with a 10-yard rushing touchdown to tie the game at 21. Like I said, this was just unbelievable game. And then there was the Bengals ball, and then DJ Watt, man, DJ Watt making a huge play once again. Strip sack, strips the ball. You know, that's just that recovered. Peyton Wilson, the rookie, you know, fumbles it, recovered by Pittsburgh. You know, DJ Watt forcing the fumble once again. That's what he does. This is what he fucking does, people. And Steelers ball. Unfortunately, we only got 3 out of that. So 24-21. And then at halftime, before halftime, we made plays. We were able to stop the Bengals, and then that led to a field goal ending the half. Um, and then we get the ball back. We got the ball back in the third. We were making plays, but then we got stopped, and then a blocked field goal, man. So Bengals, Bengals making a play on special teams, man. Here's Boswell's 42-yard field goal got blocked. The score remains 27 to 20. What was it? 27 to 21. And the Bengals get a field goal after that. And then that's just that. And then later on, another great drive, man. Another great drive. Pat Fryermuth with a touchdown. I don't want to talk too much about this game, but Pat Fryermuth gets the touchdown, and we're up like 34 to 24. And I'm like, we're feeling good. Bengals throw an interception. Man, what a beautiful interception. It was at Dante Jackson. Dante Jackson, once again, with the interception. We've seen him get the interceptions in the last couple of games, and that was huge. It was a tip pass, and Dante Jackson was right there to get the interception. But unfortunately, we couldn't get any points off of turnovers. That's how important it is. Like I said, I talked about it. Points off turnovers. Obviously, we end up punting the ball. Bengals, they fumbled the ball, leading to our last touchdown of the game by special teams. It was Nick Herbig. Nick Herbig, once again, Nick Herbig forcing the fumble, sacked, recovered by Peyton Wilson, who other than the rookie, and gets it to 21 yards for a touchdown. So special teams making plays, and we're up by a bunch. But then we see the Bengals get a touchdown. The Steelers, they get a field goal, and then we see, the Bengals get another touchdown, and they're like, oh my goodness, they're coming right back, obviously. The Bengals tried to go for the onside kick, but that seals the game. We try to, run with it, and then Justin Fields gets the first down. What a play call. What a play call by Arthur Smith. Justin Fields completely tricked the Bengals defense. Right edge for the gets the ball, first down, and Russell Wilson takes the knees. So that's pretty much what happened. Obviously, like I said, Russell Wilson threw an interception, but I don't really blame him for it. Honestly, it shouldn't have happened. Like I said, historic game. Like I'm saying, this is by far Russell Wilson's best game. He had 414 yards, man. 3 touchdowns. He had the interception. Like I said, it shouldn't have happened. I didn't like how George Pickens got pushed to the ground. And, Bengal fans are complaining that DJ Watt, tripped up Joe Burrow, whatever. But, man, Patterson, man, I like Patterson. Like I said, in this game, Russell Wilson targeted 10 different receivers, different players. George Pickens, man, 3 receptions, 74 yards. Russell Wilson, he targeted George Pickens. He targeted Pat Fryermuth. He targeted Jaylen Warren. He targeted Najee Harris. He targeted Van Jefferson. Patterson, man. Kevin Austin III, he targeted Ben Slowneck, whatever his name is, McCole Bruce, and then Darnell Washington, man. Like what was the lot? That's a lot of receivers he had targeted, man. And talking about this defense, man, I love this defense, man, making plays. Cameron Hayward with a sack, he stuffed up. I believe that Cameron Hayward sack came. I don't remember, but I know Joe Burrow. I think that's when they settled for 3. Yeah, it was third down. Cameron Hayward stuffed the run, sacked Joe Burrow with a sack, so that was amazing. DJ Watt with 2 sacks, unbelievable, man. DJ Watt with 2 sacks and strips fumble. Nick Herbig, man, with a sack that led to the touchdown, the special teams touchdown. Nick Herbig, man, I love this kid. Peyton Wilson getting that touchdown, obviously. And that's just that. And Dante Jackson, man, with that amazing, well, I wouldn't say amazing. It was a tipped interception, obviously. But the Steelers, the Steelers defense didn't look good in the first half. I'm not going to lie. It went back and forth. That just shows you the offense went ham. Both teams' defense struggled, giving up, many points, obviously. Like I said, the Bengals, respect to Joe Burrow. I love him. He's great. I think he's a great quarterback for the Bengals. Obviously he had 309 yards. He had the 3 touchdowns. Chase Brown Chase Brown had his best game. Like Chase Brown, the Bengals got that kid is great for you all. You Bengal fans out there, Chase Brown is great for you guys. 12 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown. And then you see Lamar Chase with a touchdown and D Higgins. And then you also see Andrade Aslovas had a touchdown as well for you guys. And Russell Wilson, he got sacked a few times. BJ Hill had a sack, and then Joseph Osley had a sack as well. We got to Joe Burrow like 3 times, I think, or 4 times. We sacked him. But man, this just shows you Arthur Smith's offense was great. Fucking stupid ass Matt Canada is looking around. It's like, this is not how you do it. Yeah, this is how you fucking do it, Matt Canada. Like, seriously, man. Like, that's just that. And it was great, man. And then except Chris Boswell got his field goal blocked, so that was huge for the Bengals. Overall, what a fucking game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We almost choked away at the end, and that just shows you that's what the Steelers do. They choke at the end. They can't keep a lead, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, oh my God. But Russell Wilson, man, he had an unbelievable game, over 400 yards of passing. Like I said, this is the first time the Pittsburgh Steelers scored this many points. I think the last time we scored this many points was against the Panthers in 2018. I actually was at that game. I was at Steelers Panthers back in 2018. I went to that primetime game. We scored 52 points. I was at that game. It was amazing. Like I said, this is the first time since that game we have scored this many points, 44 points. So I'm happy to see it. Obviously, I kind of, it made me really mad. Like, it pisses me off that Russell threw that pick six. Like I said, I'm not mad at Russ. It was a bad raid. I mean, George Pickens got pushed to the ground and there was no flag. I know Bengal fans are going to complain about DJ Watt tripping up Joe Burrow, and there have been Bengals calling DJ Watt dirty. Like, get the fuck out of here. But anyways, I'm not gonna talk too much about this game. It went back and forth. It was a shootout. This was a really good football game. Kudos to the Bengals. Obviously, Steeler fans hate the Bengals. Obviously, But honestly, ever since they got Joe Burrow, they've been doing stuff, and that's just that. They have a great quarterback in Joe Burrow, so there's no hate there. I think Joe Burrow is great. But anyways, before we end this video, I want to give a shout out to TTC member. I used to be in a TTC, but I don't do it anymore. But shout out to the Undertaker 937 or Dashy. He's a Bengals fan. I've been talking with him a little bit. I'm actually in his fantasy football league. But shout out to Dashy on a unbelievable football game. Hope to see you I think we play the Bengals to end the season, so we'll see you guys in week 18, I believe. So shout out to Dashy, man. Bengals fan, great guy. Be sure to check out his channel. But anyways, the Steelers get the job done in Cincinnati, 44-38, and it was an unbelievable game, man. I'm mind blown. But the offense was just great. Like I said, Russell Wilson targeting 10 different receivers. That's just that. And then the defense, man, I can say the defense didn't play that great. I mean, they made plays like, the touchdown by, who was it? Peyton Wilson. Yeah, Peyton Wilson. Nick Herbert getting involved, forcing that sack strip fumble, and then DJ Watt forcing a fumble as well, and then Dante Jackson with the interception. And then getting to Burrow. We only got to Joe Burrow like 4 times. But anyways, my name is Bruin Steele. Thank you guys for watching. Not going to talk too much about this game. Like I said, this was an unbelievable football game. We improved to 9-3 on the season. Like I said, Mike Tomlin once again has never had a losing season, and that's just that, man. What are you gonna do with it, man? I don't really give two fucks about that bum ass. But anyways, Bengals fall to 4-8. My Steelers, they improved to 9-3. And man, it's been hell of a week. Losing to the Browns last week, because of that stupid coaching job of that bum ass garbage can Tomlin. We get to see redemption this coming week against the Browns once again. Yeah, it's crazy. Once we play the Browns again at Arkansas Stadium, and I want to beat these bums so badly. We're looking for revenge, obviously. We got the Browns next, and then after that, like I said, this schedule is going to get pretty, tough. So, give me a second. What the hell is going on? Here we go. Sorry. I just had to see the schedule. So, we have the Browns next week. And then after that, we go to Philadelphia, a place we haven't played. We haven't beaten the Eagles since 1982. We play the Eagles. And then we play the Ravens in Baltimore. And then we play the Chiefs on Christmas Day. And then we end the season January 5th against the Bengals. So, I already know that the Eagles and Chiefs are going to butt rape us, so that's no brainer. Obviously, that'd be great if we could beat the Eagles or the Chiefs, but the Browns, I can see us probably winning in Arkansas. The Ravens, man, we beat them, but with only field goals. But how are you going to do that the second time? That's my question. And then we play the Bengals to end the season. That could be like I can see that being like you have to win this game to make the playoff. Obviously because the Steelers choke at the end of the season. But anyways, my name is Bruin Steele. Thank you guys for watching this post-game video. If you're new to my channel, like, subscribe. Comment below what your favorite NFL team is. But anyways, I'm getting out of here. See you guys later. Peace.